Hey guys, Cal Ewing here, and just want to shoot a quick video every now and then as I'm looking at properties, both for my real estate buying business, my overages business, and my note buying business. I look at a lot of properties and I look at a lot of the title history and deed records for so many properties. I'm in the thousands per year. And every now and then I come across something that I think I need to notify people about because it's a common source. Well, maybe not common, but a source of error, a landmine out there that you could stumble upon. And so I want to let people know so that you don't make mistakes that maybe others are making. So I'm just going to share my screen here. And so I was looking at a property in Wichita County, Texas. Here it is, 4500 Hughes Drive. I was looking, this is a property that went up for tax auction in Wichita County for unpaid taxes. So this would be a tax deed or tax foreclosure. And I've seen this kind of thing a couple times this year where there's actually two owners of the property, and each owner probably have, like, for example, 50% interest, or maybe there's three owners, and so each one gets 33% interest in the property. And this sometimes happens when an owner passes away and they leave a certain percentage for each of their kids or something like that. So sometimes, not always, but every now and then you see where there's actually the ownership gets spread out into two different tax numbers, tax accounts. Okay. So here's the property here. I'm in the Wichita County Appraisal District, which is basically the property tax record for Wichita County, Texas. And I searched the property address. You can see it's the same address here, 4500 Hughes Drive. And the name here is Penny Malone, and there's also a Paula Joe Wayne. And you can see there's actually three different tax numbers, property ID numbers, okay? And then I'm going to show you, so this property went up for tax foreclosure. Here is the tax foreclosure list for the November 1st, 2022 auction. And right on the top here, so this is the list of all the properties that were going to be auctioned off at the tax sale for Wichita County that month in November. And right on the top here, you see Wichita County versus Penny, Drew, and Malone, 4500 Hughes Drive, so same property. But look here, 50% undivided interest, okay? And it has the account number 468218. Okay, so if you look here, they foreclosed on this property tax account. Okay, so what that means is every property tax account number basically is going to be owed taxes every year for the property that it's associated with, right? So if you own a property, typically it's going to have its own tax ID number, and then every year you're going to be responsible for paying the property taxes, right? And if you don't make payments on those taxes, then eventually, if you're in the US, and every state's different, but they have a process where they will foreclose on the property. And so that's exactly what happened, okay? But they only foreclosed on this tax account number, okay? And so if you look at it, this specific account number, let's just expand this, 50% ownership, okay? So they didn't foreclose on the other account number here, which is Paula Wayne. Maybe that's a sister or something. Her 50% ownership has a different account number. They did not foreclose. Okay. So I'm going to show you the tax deed. So this property already sold in the auction. I'm going to pull up the tax deed now. So here is the sheriff's deed, meaning this is what the buyer gets when they bought the property at the tax sale. Okay, so it got sold off, and you can see here's Penny Malone. She was the defendant, and it also looks like there was a judgment on this property or on her in her name. But it sold off at the auction. Someone paid $30,500 for it. Looks like Miranda Dawn Holster was the buyer. Okay. Now here's what I think. I don't know Miranda Holster, so I'm not sure how experienced she is. But my guess when I see something like this is that she got a rude awakening after the sale, thinking that she bought this beautiful property here for a steal of a deal for $30,000. I mean, it's not beautiful, but it's a nice property. Like for a tax sale, it's a pretty nice property. So my guess is that she saw this. She saw that it was up for auction. She searched the property address, drove by it, and was like, "Wow, I like this one. I want this one in my portfolio." Didn't do her due diligence, and I don't know. Maybe she did. Maybe she knows what she's doing. But my guess is, and my warning to you, if you buy properties at the tax sales, or even if you just buy properties from sellers, and I want you to make sure you know what you're dealing with and do your research, okay? Because this person that bought this, my guess is that she thought she bought this whole house for $30,000, which would have been a steal. But all she bought was 50% ownership in this house, and now she's in a situation where she's stuck, probably, and she owns it with this other person. She now owns it. She owns 50%, and this Paula Joe Wayne owns the other 50%. So as an investor, what the heck are you supposed to do when you bought only half a house, right? I mean, I'm sure you can maybe negotiate something with this Paula. Maybe you can buy out her interest or something like that. But this person, I'm sure, basically bought a nightmare. She's got a huge problem that she now has to solve. What do you do with half a house? How do you deal with that? Okay. So I guess the moral of this story is when you're buying tax sale properties, first of all, look at the listing on the tax sale. Okay. On the tax sale list, it says it right there, only 50% interest. If you look at this one here below, another property doesn't say that. So you can usually assume it's 100% interest. Okay. And then if she missed it there, she could have gone to the tax record and noticed if she searched the tax account number that it was only 50% interest that she was buying. This third account number here, um, it shows both of them, owner one and owner two, and it shows that each one had 50%. Okay, but this tax account number was not the one listed on the listing here, and it's not the one listed on the final tax deed. Okay, so be careful. All right, order title reports if you can, and if you're not going to order a title report before you go and bid in an auction, make sure you're checking out the listing, making sure you're checking out the tax record, and make sure you're even going in and looking at the deed history in the county records to make sure you know exactly what you're buying. Because when you're buying at these auctions, you're buying as is, okay, sight unseen and as is. Whatever the title issues are with that property, you're taking them on. And so you need to be prepared before you bid so that you can either walk away from that property and not bid on it, or maybe adjust the amount you're willing to pay because you're going to have problems to deal with. All right. So hope you got something out of that video. Please subscribe to my YouTube account if you are not already. And let me know if you have any questions about buying real estate. I'm happy to help. I'm Cal Ewing. We'll see you in the next one.